This is Koiro with another video for you. This time I'm going to present something a little different. This is a newer computer than some of the others I've featured in this series. And this is an OEM computer that's manufactured or at least sold in Norway under the name Brick. That was the brand name of the company Datavarehuset in their later years. And I have got this computer from the community recycling center. I just grabbed it from the bin there, and it's many years ago, and I've not tested this. I not had power on this, and I'm sad to say it has not been stored in the best of ways. And the battery and the battery lid on this is missing. And this was a slide-in battery with a lot of cells in quite a big manner. And there is some evidence that some has been in this computer. I don't know for what. This computer also has some damage around here. It's a crack in the floppy drive and so on. But I will give you some close-up of this machine now. Yes, this machine, as you can see, has the Brick logo placed here. It's missing the handle here for locking the screen. It's missing the battery door. The door here is for the two PCM CAA slots. It's okay. And this door here is actually for some sort of docking connector where you can connect this computer to a docking station. You have a keyboard connector, you have a mice connector, both PS2, and you have a VGA output, you have a normal parallel output, and you have one serial port output here, and you have the power switch here. This is the power connector, and this is the built-in floppy drive. And they have some serial numbers and other stuff in here, but I can't manage to get any dates out of what we see here. But it's then that this is made by Datavarehuset, and it also states some voltages, that this should have 20 volt and 17 volt in the connector, and it's also approved by the authorities in all the Nordic countries. And it states that it contains nickel cadmium battery, must be recycled or disposed of properly. And that's already disposed of so far as we know, because I've never seen it. And it has this serial number that I'm not sure have anything to do with. But the model for this, for the original OEM manufacturer, is TS30A. TS30A, and it's made in Taiwan back in the day. The computer we are discussing today is a child with many names. The computer we have in front of us is branded with the Brick name, and the Brick name was a household name of the Norwegian company Datavarehuset. And they also sold this computer as an OEM product themselves, where they sold it to other manufacturers who wanted to have their own brand name, or they put their budget brand name Remedy on the computers that they didn't sell through their own warehouses. And this computer is one that I couldn't find much info about online. But what I can find, I will present to you here. And the model that's stated underneath this machine is kind of cryptic. So we have the TS30 designator here, and we also have the FCC ID down here. And this number here, when we search for that, it did actually ring a bell. And Google found most hits in this magazine, that is the PC magazine, on the August 94, volume 13. And in this magazine, I first stumbled across this. It's reviewed as the Mitsuba Ninja 2 TS38M, and the TS38M is the same number that is the FC ID. But next I stumbled across this one, and this is the same computer sold under the ARM name, and they also have 3 different models of this with different configurations. And they also had a review of this model that's called MPC under both dual scan monitor and monochrome. And also under the Umbra name they have this computer. So this is just reviews from one magazine, and the computer was actually sold under more names than this. And this is from the text in the PC magazine. 4 vendors submitted notebooks made by Full Power Investment Co. So this was our next clue, but it didn't give us any useful tips. So the Full Power Investment Corporation should be the manufacturer of these PC, but I can't find anything directly related to that. There are some companies with similar names, but they are incorporated on a later date than 93-94 when this computer was sold. And this is the FCC approval of this computer, and it was approved in July in 93, and as the model number TS38, and they also have different versions of the same machine. So we know that this is a 486 something. It has one 1.44 megabyte floppy drive. It's a keyboard with a built-in trackball in front, and it has an LCD with VGA resolution. And it's either a black and white, passive or active matrix color display. And our version is, as far as I can see, a black and white display. And the batteries last from 2 hours to 5 hours, and there might be some differences here, because I can't really figure out what the difference should be. The battery looks the same. And the machine weighs about 3 kilo without the power supply. I don't have the battery in mind, so I'm not fully able to measure the weight. Yeah, and it's manufactured by the Full Power Investment Corporation. This is a replacement power supply that will fit this computer. It's out of stock, but I do think I will be able to fix this plug if I know what should be 17 and what should be 20 volt in of these 2 holes. And they also do sell a replacement battery, and this actually was in stock. And here you can see that this computer actually was sold under other names. As the ARM we have already established, but Patriot, Infotel, Magnetronics, Midwest Micro, Quantex, and yeah, I think that's it. The other names we have covered in our statement. So, what else can we say about this machine? It does have a monochrome VGA, I think. I think this is black and white. It might be a passive matrix color screen, but I do doubt it. And it has this rollerball mouse, trackball, built in here. And this switch here is to detect if the lid is open or not. And that's it for features on this computer. I can also say that it has the Nordic keyboard. And as I found this on the dump, I did not have the power supply for this machine. So this machine, I actually have no way of powering this up. So I will need to make a special power supply, or I will need to dismantle this machine and connect some power straight into the pins. But that might be dangerous if I'm not sure what pin I should connect what to. So I will need to take this machine apart to actually be able to do that. There is also the possibility that I can connect some power direct to the connector on the battery to inject power that way. And inside this battery compartment I actually have 3 different connectors, and it might be possible to measure out what I should connect where. But unfortunately today this is as far as I got with this one. So until I can find a way to connect this with the 20 volt and 17 volt semi-regulated DC, I will not be able to test this computer further. And there is also differences in the model numbering here, because this states TS30A, and on the bottom here there is another label that says certified for use with model TSA3, and that might be the docking station or something else that has this numbering scheme. So that's it for this brief walkthrough of my brick computer. And if anyone has some knowledge about these computers or do have a power supply, please don't hesitate to notify me, so that I can get further with this computer. But I will find a way to do this eventually, but that will have to be a totally other video that I will do in one of my labs. So, thanks for watching. Please hit subscribe if you want to be notified when we post new videos. And see you in the next one.